I got a special guest with me. Now, you can hear him every day, 10 a.m. to noon, right here on the tickets. He's joined by Jake T. Farley. Great show. The captain. He's a 3-time national champion. Vershan Jackson, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. Adam, yourself?
I'm glorious. I'm happy to be in studio. It's the dawn of a new era for, I feel like, Husker football. For me personally, here with the ticket.
Live.
All right.
Is real live now.
It's time to grill you, though.
Let's
All
go.
right. Who's going to win Saturday, Nebraska, Colorado? I'm coming right out the gate with it.
Nebraska.
Score?
By 1.
Ooh. Score prediction?
Nope.
Not yet?
Shootout. It's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be a defensive game. 1-2. I can't tell you which one of the two. But one of the two is going to be.
They're going to score points and one team's going to win. I'm going with that.
I'm going with the shootout and we win by 1.
So you think they can score that many points on the black shirts to make it a shootout? Colorado.
I think they will score points, yes. I do think they will score points. Yes. I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colorado will score points.
You
heard it
here. Are you
here.
telling me that Colorado won't score points?
I'm asking how many and how many they're going to score and what's it going to look like. Not they're going to score points.
I hope they don't score any points. But in the grand scheme of things, we know they got the powerful part of Colorado's offense or team is their offense. It's the big three.
What's the only powerful part they got? So it has to be the powerful part.
No,
okay.
You telling me that defense that played against North Dakota State, are you telling me that North Dakota State team is not a good football team?
No, I have all the respect in the world. North Dakota State actually played Colorado significantly closer than San Diego's. South Dakota State played Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State is ranked. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that doesn't bode well for Colorado. My point is simply this. If you're saying Colorado's going to score a bunch of points, I'm looking at our defense and saying, I don't know if they're going to like that, and I don't know that I agree with that. Like a bunch of points.
Listen. I'm here to tell you I am not sold yet on our defense. I'm not sold.
Why not?
Because we haven't played anybody. Who have we played?
We have. So nothing's been proven yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing's been proven yet, especially on offense.
Mm-hmm.
So with the defense, I looked at what we did last year. I looked at who's coming back. I looked at there's more proven on defense. Here's what I think is going to happen. I don't think Colorado will consistently move the ball in the black shirts. Not consistently. I think what's going to happen is they are so freaking talented on the outside. They're going to get big plays here and there, and that's how they're going to score their points.
Well, but big plays is what they did against North Dakota State. It was big plays. It's 80, bam, they had 1 or 2 drives.
That's what I'm talking about, though. If you're going to score a bunch of points, you've got to do something consistent. I don't know if they're going to do it consistently against the black shirts.
I would hope that they wouldn't, but I'm telling you that offense of Colorado is better than I think people give them credit for.
I would agree with that.
They're better, and I think their defense is better than people give them credit for.
I don't agree with that. The offensive line is terrible. The defensive line is terrible.
Okay.
I'm married to the sister of a former walk-on. I love walk-ons.
Sure.
I am best friends. My 3 best friends from the teams I played on are all walk-ons.
Okay.
Their starting running back is a walk-on because Edwards left. So all they have is Shadur. They might as well have sheets up front for offensive linemen and athletes. So if we can control the trenches, limit the running game, and get after them, I don't think they do anything consistent, but I do think they hit some bombs and big plays because they do got athletes outside. I think it's going to be maybe high 20s.
Think so?
I think it's high 20s, maybe low 30s. Maybe the loser is like 28 and the winner is like 31 points, something like that.
That's a lot of points to me. That's a shootout to me.
That's a regular game to me.
In this football, it's a regular game.
In this era.
In this era,
yes.
Right? Because now we're talking about, if you don't score 31 points, that's like
It's a different era of football.
Yes.
So I view it differently.
Well, when we only give up 7 points to a UTEP team, our goal should be to give up 7 is max per game. Not, we're going to give up 21. No. Give up 7.
So I remember 94. You're going to remember this better than me. I remember watching at home, okay? 24-7 shellacking of Colorado, and 24 points felt like a ton of points. It's just a different era. But I want to ask you, what are your favorite memories from your games against Colorado? Because back then, Colorado was a really good team.
I think 94, Cordell Stewart, Charles Johnson, Michael Westbrook,
Yep.
All those people that they had on them, Deion Figures, all those guys that they had over on Colorado's team in that moment.
I remember.
For me to be a redshirt freshman and for us, I'm looking at them like, how are we going to beat them? And then we dominate them the way we did.
I was going to say pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. At that point, I understood that it did not matter the size of the dog. All that mattered was the size of the fight in the dog. And because if you looked at Colorado, they were huge. Chad Johnson, these dudes was huge, man. Big boys.
Their defensive line had first-round draft picks all over the place.
Who was 16, linebacker? Can't remember his name, but he was a monster.
I'm definitely not going to remember that. I was a kid.
What was his name? But he played in the league for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, my point of those is when we beat Colorado that time, I understood that this was real. Like the guys, you thought we won the championship.
Oh, yeah. That was a big game.
It's a big game.
You guys were underdogs.
We were underdogs.
At home.
Last year, I remember a little birdie saying that this wasn't a rivalry. Last year. So a little birdie said it wasn't a rivalry. Nebraska, Colorado's not a rivalry anymore. It will always be a rivalry. When you go to Colorado and they call you everything but a child of God, and they call you the R word, the N words, everything, spitting on you, doing all of that old crazy stuff, we have a hate for Colorado. There is a real hate for Colorado.
So it's a rivalry now. For me, it was always the little brother trying to take down the big brother. The reason it's a rivalry now is because they've beaten us 3 times in a row. It's because this is the year where we feel like we're better. Everybody's trashing Colorado. It's at home. It's a night game. People are going to come hydrated. And so for me, yes, hydrated. And kids, hydrated. Drink your water. All right. So for me, I saw like 3 people pass out last Saturday at the games, by the way. Be smart. Be smart, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. For me, it's a rivalry now. Up until now, they were always just a pain in our butt. We're just sick of losing to them. And if you were, no, trust me, my sister married into a Colorado family. And so every year for 4 years, all right, that I played in college, I would get bombarded, not the week of, the freaking whole year about trash talk, trash talk, trash talk.
Sure.
So I understand. They were still just the annoying little pain in the butt. Now it's a rivalry because they've beaten us 3 times in a row.
No. We beat them 5 years. My career, I've never lost to Colorado. Every single game felt the same. Every one of them.
Well, it was a little different then because Colorado was highly ranked as well. When I played Colorado, they were good, not great.
Did y'all beat them?
I lost once, 3-1.
What did it feel like?
Felt great.
What did it feel like?
You have any idea how much trash
Colorado?
You have any idea how much trash I talk to my sister's in-laws every year?
Did you?
Yes.
So after the game, you talk crazy.
I wouldn't shut up.
I can't believe
I was like, you started this. I had no idea one day I talked for a living. This is back when I was terrified to order pizza on the phone, but I would talk trash then. All right, dude, what are the keys to the game, Vershan? What are the keys to the game on Saturday?
I think the same keys there for UTEP game. We got to play a solid game. We can't turn the ball over. We've got to control the line of scrimmage up front. It's going to start there. What those big boys do up front is going to determine whether or not we win the game. And I'm going to tell you right now, you have got to run the ball effectively. The team, to me, that runs the ball effectively in this game is going to win. Defensively, you got to wrap up. If you go and watch North Dakota State game, it wasn't that he was throwing 80-yard strikes and they were landing in the end zone in his hand. The most of that was he had receivers that would catch a hitch.
Yep. Yards after catch.
Yak yards, baby. Yak, yak, yak. So you got to stop the yak yards, and we got to play emotional football. Let me tell you what I saw. When Dylan Raiola, the leader of that football team, because he is the leader of that team now, when he is out with the third team defense, third team offense, third team special teams, and he's the first one in front of the coach to greet those guys. I'm getting goosebumps right now. That's changing the culture.
Running gassers with the defense.
That's changing the culture.
Yep. I love it.
What we're doing. I love it too.
You talk about running the ball. North Dakota State was more physical than Colorado. They just didn't have the athletes to match them. 31-26 came down to the last play of the game on Colorado's home field. You look at the rushing stats, though. North Dakota State ran the ball for 157 yards. Not phenomenal, but that's if I'm playing an FCS team, they better not rush for 100. Are you kidding me? I don't care if it's North Dakota State or Timbuktu U. They ain't seeing triple digits. North Dakota State 157, Colorado 59.
Oof.
And you could say, well, they didn't run the ball many times. So let's look at their average yards per carry, 2.6.
Oof.
That's awful.
Terrible.
If I'm the Black Shirts, I know I've got a great talent, a great challenge on the outside with their athletes. But if I'm a defensive lineman, I am licking my chops this week because they don't want to run the ball. They don't pass block. Ooh, I'm excited.
Well, didn't we have 8 sacks last year?
Against Colorado?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And we lost. Because
yes.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. And because we put the ball on the ground and we gave it up to turnovers cost us, right?
Yes.
Red zone, we're throwing it to them. But so here's what I'm saying. If Shedeur, he's not gonna beat me. My ends are coming up the field. Mm-hmm. I'm not letting him outside the pocket, and I'm blitzing his ass every down. I'm going to hit him in the mouth. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to get 8 more sacks, and then I'm going to let my phenom, the doctor, let him cook.
I was going to say, do you have to blitz to get pressure on him? Because now you're more susceptible with their athletes on the back end, on our back end.
Well, I'm thinking you go in some type of zone man. You know what I'm saying? And I think you have to. I think you have to. You cannot let him get 5 seconds back there. He's too good.
I don't know that you have to blitz.
You do.
You're talking to a guy. So when I coach youth sports, in football, we blitz all day. Mm. In basketball, we're pressing. And in baseball, softball, we're stealing every base.
Right.
So I am that guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know if you need to.
You think we're going to be able to get there with our front?
They suck.
3 or 4
up front. They suck.
You think we're going to be up there with 3 or 4? I'm telling you, they're better than.
No, not 3. No, not 3. I'm talking 4, maybe 5 at the most.
Okay, well, that's to
Rushers.
Me.
Yeah.
In what we've seen in the past is 3 guys rushing.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Do that. I'm not proposing. I'm saying 4, maybe 5.
I'm saying 5 every time.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's.
I just don't want cover 0 where you're bringing 6 and you're literally no safety over the top.
Or you're done. You can't do that.
Yeah,
there's no way you can. You almost every play have to double Travis Hunter.
I can't. Especially if he's going to push off like that.
Yes. Well, here's another thing. If I'm Coach Rule, I'm talking to the refs before the game, and I'm saying, hey, I get it. I know he's a great player, but what we watched on film, about 4 of the 6 out of the 6 catches he had, he pushed off horribly.
Yep.
Can you just watch for us all, man?
You make a great point. All right, VJack, talking Nebraska, Colorado. Looking back at last year's game, I got the stats pulled up right here in front of me, my man.
Sure.
With 7.5 minutes to go before halftime, what was the score in our game versus Colorado last year? Do you know?
You know, I think it was still a 0-0 game.
So okay, I'll answer it. Okay, you knew it was 0-0. The score at halftime was 13-0. What happened the last 7.5 minutes was we had 2 fumbles and a turnover that gave Colorado the ball 3 times inside our, not 50, 40-yard line.
Oh, wow.
The Black Shirts still held them to 2 field goals and a touchdown, 13-0 at halftime. And then the second half, Colorado ended up pulling away. The Black Shirts were exhausted. The offense was what it was. Final score is 36-14. All right. What are your thoughts in general on this game, VJ?
I mean, I think you got to look at how many times we got to Shedeur last year. Like I said before, you know, we got to Shedeur 8 times and we lost. So have you ever been a part? You're a great defensive guy. You've been in the league. You've been at Nebraska. You've played a lot of football in your life. Have you ever been a part of a game where you had 4 sacks and the team had 8 sacks total and you lost?
Me? No. Now,
how is that possible then?
Now, I've seen it one other time. Do you guys remember the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl? They played the Tennessee Titans on the road in Nashville. The Bengals offensive line allowed the Titans to sack Joe Burrow 9 times, and the Bengals still won. That's the only time in my entire life I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah. And they ended up in the Super Bowl. The Bengals did. That's it. But if we can replicate 7 sacks, 6 sacks, 5, 8, 9, by God, I like our chances on Saturday. And I don't think that's a far-fetched number. They are truly not good up front at Colorado. 5 new offensive linemen, 5 new transfers. I think they're starting their true freshman at offensive tackle, the kid who had to get in a fight to prove his manhood.
I beg to differ.
You beg to differ with what?
I think their offensive line is better than a lot of people give them credit for. And I don't think we should underestimate them. I think we should give them the credit they went out and paid for offensive line.
Okay, they paid, but did they get anything on their return?
Well, I mean, we're gonna see.
They averaged 2.6 yards per carry running the ball.
It didn't look like they tried to even make an effort to run the ball.
Well, that's true. They don't want to run the ball. They don't want to block. They don't want to tackle. They just want to play flag football.
There you go.
Their offensive line sucks. That's why.
They want to go 5 wides and go 7v7 all day long. I get that part. But listen, when we talk third down conversions, you can't go you can't give up 9 for 18 and think you're going to win. And then on the flip side of that, you go 4 and 13, 4 out of 13 times you got third down, you only got it 4. So that means you extended your drive 4 times in a game on third down.
So another question for you. It's a little unfair because I didn't know the answer. I had to look it up, so you may not know it. But how many sacks did North Dakota State have against Colorado? Do you know?
Dude, it had to be 5.
1.
Really?
So maybe they suck at run blocking and they're average at pass blocking. Maybe.
Well, if they only got 2 and 1, they got better.
Well, how do you not get better from the way they blocked last year?
I mean,
they were statues. They just got statues with little wheels underneath now, so they move a little bit.
See, we keep on. We're looking at
Jake's
Deion.
laughing over. Come on, Jake.
By the way, they hit him several times. They did get 1 sack.
Okay, right.
A lot of shots on Shedeur.
Yeah, right. We're looking. See how you made me change my brain.
Hey, you're the one who wanted to join me today.
We are basically giving prime time like he's Nick Saban. He's not. He had a 1-win team. He took a 1-win team and they won 4. That's phenomenal. You know,
sometimes you're so bad you just have nowhere to go but up.
Yes.
So is that him, or you just have nowhere to go but up?
You got nowhere to go but up. But what makes it bad for him is who he is. So now, because they're so grand, they talk so good, they got so much money. Every time I come around the corner, bling, bling, prime time, bling, bling.
Yeah.
Now they do all of that. So it catapults them into the limelight. And we all think they have arrived as a football team. They haven't. Now, I think they got better. I know they got better up front.
I do agree.
It'll be a heck of a game. I'm telling you, we are not going to run through Colorado the way people think we are.
So here's the deal. I don't think we're going to run through them either. Okay, they absolutely got better in Prime's first year. Part of that is you have nowhere to go but up. Part of that is I do think he did a good job. Okay, I do think they're better this year than they were last year. They played a lot of ranked teams. It was 7 ranked teams last year, so it wasn't an easy slate. So 4-8 is a rough schedule, a rough record, but the schedule wasn't easy. Their schedule is a little easier this year. There's a great balance in the Big 12, so it's not like it's a cakewalk. I do think they're better than people want to give them credit for because right now it's easy to bash them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Deion Sanders built this team for the long term. I don't think he built it to be there a long time. I don't think he cares. I think he wants to win now, get Shedeur drafted number 1 overall, and then he wants to go to where he actually wants to go, which is probably some sort of SEC school or Florida State, one or the other.
Well, so Florida State's looking real now.
Florida State's not looking. I'm just saying in his mind, probably, although they did lose to Georgia Tech.
It's looking real now.
Yeah, maybe they are looking. But my point is this. I know I've been having some fun here. I do think they're going to come in here with a lot of swagger, a lot of talk. If Shedeur shows up at the end with this stupid phantom watch thing, I will rock bottom him along with the Rock, okay? And I'll take the ride in the back of the car with the lights, and that's okay. My point is simply this. I think it's going to be a electric atmosphere, and I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm not going to give my prediction away yet, but I will give a hint. There's one team that wants to run the ball and one team that wants to play defense, and I like that team's chances as we sit here on a Monday. Final thoughts?
I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, the Nebraska's football team has got to have – I mean, we talk about juice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know how you get up for a game? Do they have smelling sauce anymore?
Yes,
They got the smelling sauce?
I believe so.
I don't know. They said last year they was out of them.
Really?
They ran out of – there was a worldwide shortage of smelling salt last year.
Maybe I need to update my knowledge on smelling salt's availability. I didn't know. Okay.
They need to just – you remember them days, right?
I do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, it does something. So I think their level of play, it's going to be electric because the 94 team will be in the building.
That too.
Yep. 30th year reunion, and look out, we got True and False with Coach Osborne coming up too.
Okay.
But the 30th year reunion of the first championship will be in the building, so the atmosphere will be electric. People will be a little sauced up. Drink your water, folks. We don't want anybody
stay hydrated,
passing out. The team that shows up with the biggest heart, and you'll be able to see it. At the end of the game, you saw our heart. When our team was feeling good about themselves, that was heart. I didn't say come in cocky. Colorado's going to come in cocky.
Yep.
They're going to come in with all of that big showboat and all that stuff. You hit a person that's a showboater in the mouth. And when you hit them in the mouth, most of the times they don't hit back.
Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth, right?
Got that right.
The great Mike Tyson. You made a great point. Discipline is going to be key.
Yes.
Who can keep their composure? And there's going to be so much energy in the first quarter. Who still has it in the fourth quarter?